What's up everyone, we are back for another video. We made a little pause in our series. It was the launch of the app on the company that I'm working on, the Topics Chat app. I had to pause a little bit for making quick fixes shortly after I got sick. Today is the day that I am finally good and we are good to go for another episode. Everything is well configured for us to start our server deployment. And I have a very cool thing that we are going to test out, which is Coolify. I have my own VPS and I can self-host my server. It is a very strong VPS. Some friend told me about Coolify and I thought, why not try it? When you self-host it, it's basically free, everything, as you can see. So if I self-host it, it's going to be free forever. I'm going to definitely try it. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I know that it has a pretty cool layout for people that want to have an organized dashboard to control their servers. And I want to definitely test it out. I already have my server here open, as you can see, everything here running. Let's just get started. Let's start by doing this command that they do, and we can start their installation process. Let's see how it goes. So as you can see, I am using Warp for the terminal. Warp is extremely powerful because it lets you build with AI agents. Here you see that I have my Claude 4.5 Sonnet running as an AI agent. Since I had a problem running this command, let's just see what is happening here and what can he do to fix this. Can you run this command? We made a lot of progress on the app, but now we still need to go into the server and make sure that the server is perfectly set up. And this is what we are doing now. So I never worked with Coolify. This is going to be my first time working with it. As you can see, he ran it perfectly. Everything is installing right now. I am very used to using PM2, but PM2, as you know, is a very command prompt based. So Coolify should be cool to have a dashboard at all times for my server. Open a tunnel with Cloudflare so I can access the server through HTTP. As you know, we will be hosting several things for our API, the Express server, Redis server, and our database also, all hosted on our VPS. So if we can get access and control everything through Coolify, that would be the most optimal thing. Okay, so the installation is complete. We have an open Coolify port that we can access, but we have an issue, which is we do not have a tunnel for it. I'm going to have to configure a Cloudflare tunnel so I can essentially get this working directly. Let's go into Zero Trust in our Cloudflare and look for tunnels, networks, tunnels. Perfect. I want to do this directly from Warp, so I will be back when I have my tunnel. Okay, so you can see now that we are starting our process. We have here a token to login. Let's go ahead and log in. Okay, we just logged in, everything worked. He's now going to configure our tunnel so we can open the port to a specific endpoint. He's saying that he wants to make it 3000. Actually, it's port 8000 exactly. There it is. Great. Okay, thank you. You know, it's pretty cool. These agents are amazing. Okay, so he's just figuring everything out. This is why AI agents are making such good things. Okay, so seems like some configuration with the tunnel was wrong. It was pretty fast to set up Coolify. No success routing. Hey man, I think that you did something wrong. I'm sorry. I will check the configuration here. Okay, actually, as you can see, there it is. So let's test it out. Okay, we are in. So now to register, let's go ahead and just do our normal thing. Okay, so we just registered. This is pretty cool. Let's get started to understand what is going to happen. Coolify is an all-in-one application to automate tasks on your server, deploy application with Git integrations, deploy databases and services, monitor these resources with notifications and alerts without vendor lock-in, Coolify home. Okay, next. Server. Do you want to deploy your services to your local host or remote server? I would say local host. Project. Let's create an initial project for you. Okay, let's go ahead and see. A resource could be an application, database, or a service like WordPress. Let's do it. Okay, so this is pretty amazing. We are inside of this server. We have all of this hosted on our server. So no notifications enabled. Let's go ahead and actually enable notifications. Let's start with Telegram notifications, because Telegram, I would say, that is my preferred way of having notifications. Let me start by adding my bot tokens here. Nice. So there it is. We have our API token. Now, when it comes to the chat ID, I will just create a new group. Let's save. Save. Oh, shit. Enable. Let's enable it. Send test notification. Okay, so I got it. You can see that. Very freaking cool. We got the notification. I created a new Telegram group for this, and we got the test notification. I will send another one for you to see. And there it is. So working right out of the box. This is pretty cool to see. Very cool integration. This was just done in seconds, which is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and let's just configure our database. So we have S3 storages. Also, we can add S3 storages in here. Projects. Okay, projects. We have my first project here. We can say that this is SpeedLou API or SpeedLou API. Add resource. Okay, so PostgreSQL. This is what we are going to use. Let's go ahead and install it. I think I will just go for the normal one. I prefer that. So there it is. This is our setup page, as it seems. It gives us some pretty cool integration. Okay, this is pretty cool to see, as you can see. So if we click on start, I don't see anything else that I need to do here. I don't think I need anything else because the server will connect to the database internally. So yeah, let's see how it works. Let's see how it goes. I'm very curious about this, what it's going to do. Okay, so starting database, creating directories. Pretty nice. Okay, and just like that, we have a database running, as it seems. That was pretty straightforward. Let's see. Running, okay. Configuration. Logs. Okay, these are the logs in real time. Terminal. So you can connect. No, okay, this is, yeah, seems like it was a connection. So databases, Postgres. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure that now to connect to it, I would actually need to use our connection string, but this is an internal connection string, so yeah, that's okay, that's not an issue. So let's set up now our API. Let's create a new resource. Actually, before that, yes, Redis, there it is. We need to have Redis running here also. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's start the deployment of Redis. Okay, that was pretty fast. Nice. So we have a Redis instance running now, and we have a Postgres instance running now. Now let's think a little, because we have a monorepo. We want to just connect to one of our folders. How can we control this flow of deployments? Okay, so I questioned here Claude, and I tried to understand what would be my best option when it comes to the monorepo. And as you can see, we can set the base directory directly for API. So I think that's what we are going to do, because as you know, the additional code for mobile and that, it's going to occupy some space, but it will be at the max not more than 50 megabytes. So I'm willing to take that. That's not a lot, so let's just put the entire repository, and then we can just go into our API directory, and it's going to be pretty basic. When it comes to the GitHub integration, this is where I want to understand how we do. So he says here a GitHub app, private repository with deploy key. So okay, so this is for private keys. Okay, so maybe this is our way to go. Okay, I have some pretty good news. So we succeeded, but there's an issue with this, which is he cannot find the type of application. So I'm trying to understand what the actual F do I need to do here for him to find and understand which application this is. Okay, it identified. So it identified that it was failed, exited. Wait, but it's in progress. I'm confused. I'm confused. One deployment. What the fuck is happening? Okay, we got some progress, but there was an error. Seems like it's appearing as red, but most of it is okay. So our main error is because there was a type that did not work. So I'm going to go into the repo and solve that issue, and then it should be good to go. Let's hope. Okay, so I solved the error. Now I'm going to try to deploy it again. It was just a type error because we were checking the type errors inside of the libs. As you can see, now we have tsconfig skip lib check. So yeah, that's done. Let's go ahead and see if this builds. Okay, it worked. It worked as it seemed. So if we go into project, SpeedLou API, seems like we have something running. Let me try and set up my environment variables. Okay, we got some progress. As you can see, we got it running. There was just a stupid start script that was missing. Since we are not going to use now the actions for auto deploy, we can just delete it. But now the issue is that the module resolution that I made here, and I think we did this on video, it's not working at all. I am going to fix that and I will be back in a bit. I have good news. Fortunately, everything is up and running. Our Redis is connected. I will give you just a brief explanation on how I did it. Here, I took the opportunity to put my database URL and also my Redis URL. Everything is already configured. I just had to change a little bit here my code. I don't create the client up here anymore. I just create the client here, and I pass the Redis URL directly, which has all of the information regarding our Redis instance, and then it connects directly. Coolify looks really cool, probably a very good option for people that want self-hosted stuff. As you can see, our Postgres database, our Redis database, then our Express instance also looking pretty great. We can just name them a little bit better. There it is. So that's it. We got it. It's running on an internal URL. I can then configure the Cloudflare tunnel to redirect to the specific place that I want. I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with Coolify. It works extremely well. So far, it has done a good job. And I think that on the future, when I want to, for example, do another website, let's imagine I want to run a Next.js website, it should be very straightforward. I can run a standalone Next.js website, all types of other things. Very cool stuff. I've got to say, pretty well developed. This was our episode for today. Very entertained with this experience and I really loved it. There are some other features that I might want to explore in the future, but yeah, we can do that together on some other episode. I appreciate you being with me here today and I'll see you on the next episode. See you!